What is going on, Colts Nation? Welcome back to another episode of Bring the Juice. Guys, the Colts' first preseason game comes to an end. The Indianapolis Colts lose in a tight battle between the Denver Broncos and lose by a final score of 34-30. Definitely the highest scoring preseason game of week one. So a lot of action here, a lot of fun to look at, and get a chance to kind of take a look here and see what we got going for us. So first things first, we'll kind of talk about the quarterbacks here. Of course, all eyes glued to Anthony Richardson and what he would be doing today. Finished today with a 2-4 passing attempts on 25 yards. Definitely struggled a little bit. Some of the throws were a little off balance right now, but again, it was only 2 drives. It was only 4 passes, so you can't put any discernible argument to it. Anthony Richardson probably had a lot of nerves going into that game. The emotions are high. First real action since that injury back in last October. So it's all good. It's first preseason game. I know a lot of you are going to say that this is definitely not a good sign, but again, you need to chill a little bit. It is the first preseason game, and he's only playing 2 drives. All right, and then Joe Flacco went 3 of 5 for 28 yards. Kedon Slovis also went 3 of 5 today for 39 yards. Took 1 sack. Jason Bean went 4 for 6 today with 51 yards and a touchdown to Laquan Treadwell. And Sam Ellinger went 5 of 6 today for 80 yards. His only incompletion being a interception that resulted from a pressure off the left side. So that's the quarterback play for today. Rushing wise, Jason Bean led all rushers today with 24 yards on 4 carries. Evan Hall had 8 carries today for 16 yards. I think he ran a lot better than what the stats showed there. He also had a rushing touchdown today. Tyler Goodson, 7 carries for 15 yards. That was pretty much it from your perspective here. Jonathan Taylor, 2 carries for 4 yards. Receiving wise, bunch of guys with a bunch of catches today. DJ Montgomery had 2 catches for 45 yards on 4 targets. Did drop one that was an easy first down if he would have held on to it. Will Mallory's 2 catches for 31 yards. Great to see Will Mallory getting involved. And then 1 catch for Molly Cox for 19 yards from Anthony Richardson. Ethan Fernea, 1 catch for 18 yards. Jelani Woods had a catch for 17. Laquan Treadwell, his 16-yard catch for a touchdown. Jawan Winfrey had a catch for 15. So did Evan Hall. Trey Sermon had a 12-yard catch before his injury. Adonai Mitchell, his first catch in the NFL, and that was for 11. Jordan Murray for 10. Penix for 7. Granson for 6. And then as far as the defense so for offensive wise, the first unit, there wasn't a lot that was getting thrown into it. There really wasn't. I mean, you saw very minimal usage of what the playbook was and everything else. So it is what it is. As far as the rest of the units offensively, there was a couple spots that were good. Left side of the offensive line struggled with the second unit. Blake Freeland, Josh Sills, those guys struggled immensely at the left tackle, left guard positions today. It was not fun to watch them block on that side. But the right side was much better today. Danny Pinter, Tanner Bortolini working at center or guard. Those guys did really well today. We actually even had a new right guard, Dalton Tucker, who actually had some decent reps at right guard today. And one of the standouts was Matt Gonsalves, the rookie out of Pitt, who had a really solid day today at right tackle. Could we see him become a swing tackle? It's very possible. Matt Gonsalves showed a lot of great things, at least from my perspective. As far as pass catchers, DJ Montgomery, he had some good stuff. Just had a drop here and there that wasn't great. Laquan Treadwell, congrats on your first touchdown as an Indianapolis Colt. And running the ball wise, there wasn't anything super great. I was happy with Evan Hall and his usage. I think that he could do a lot of great things for the Colts this year, both in running and pass catching. We'll see how bad that Sermon injury is. I doubt it's anything severe since he was on the sideline, but we'll see what happens. As far as defense goes, we'll go ahead and hop into some other numbers here for the Broncos. Bo Nix was 15 of 21 for 125 yards and a touchdown. Zach Wilson went 10 of 13 for 117 yards, both with over a 100 QB rating. Jared Stidham was 4 of 7 for 37 yards, an interception, and a 32 rating. So Bo Nix and Zach Wilson both dealing today for the Denver Broncos. Some good rushing from the Broncos today. They had 38 rushing attempts for 131 yards, so averaging about 3.5 yards a carry. So some good running there. The Colts' backup defense was not great at stopping the run today. Leading receivers for the Broncos had 35 yards on 2 total catches for Sutton. Blake Watson had a catch for 33 yards. Lucas Krull had 4 catches for 31. Camp Moyer, 29 yards on 3 catches. McLaughlin, 2 on 26. Brandon Johnson, 2 catches for 22. Marvin Mims also had 2 catches for 17 yards and a touchdown and much more. There's a lot of guys that caught a lot of different passes today for the Denver Broncos. Going over first unit. First unit, not too bad from a Colts perspective. I know that those first 2 plays, the Colts gave up a couple of good plays off the catches, but outside of that, there looked to be some pretty dang good plays, honestly, by the Colts defense. Latu getting some great pressures at the beginning of that. I know he only had a few drives there in the first quarter, but it felt like every time that he was on the field, he was getting pressure and was forcing the quarterback to either have to move up into the pocket or get out. And so there was even times they were double and triple teaming him on his 3rd rep in there. So Latu, great job there. Really excited to see what we see from him. Adebawari had a good pass rush as well. Tyquan Lewis had a couple of good ones in there today as well. So really fantastic to see that. Grover Stewart just eats up guards. I mean, what can I tell you? Zaire Franklin all over the place. A backup defensive lineman that I was impressed with was Titus Leo. He got involved in a few plays. Eric Johnson, not impressed. Linebackers, congrats to Zaire Franklin. Again, just a stud. As far as other linebackers, McGrone had a couple of good plays, but Anderson struggled. And as far as the secondary goes, as far as giving up that touchdown to Marvin Mims in I believe it was the second quarter, if I'm not mistaken, that was actually a miscommunication between Cross and Flowers. Cross was telling Flowers to motion out towards Mims because he was going to have more outside leverage there, but Flowers did not move and stayed with his man, and Cross had to go across Flowers to get there, and by then it was too late. So it was a miscommunication there. Again, we're going to figure out what we're going to do with the defense and whether or not the Colts are going to make a move at secondary. But, I mean, it showed once again, I mean, that backup defense was certainly not good at stopping the pass. I mean, the backup quarterbacks for the Denver Broncos threw 34 passes and completed 25 of them. So they were highly efficient. And I mean, I know for Justin Simmons, I mean, Cross was certainly not terrible today, but still, is he the answer? I don't know. Anthony Gould, good kick return there as well. And the Colts defense, one thing that we can say, the Colts defense did force a lot of turnovers today. I think it was at least 3 of them today. So really awesome to see them forcing turnovers. That's what we want to see from this defense, which we didn't see a ton of last year. So that's pretty much it, guys. I'll go into more detail throughout the week about what to expect, but that'll do it for this one, guys. Let me know your thoughts on this. Thank you so much. And as always, go Colts.